With the worsening situation of vehicular traffic in most urban places, some people have decided to resort to various means to get ahead of the queue. While some decide to patronize the services of commercial motorcycle riders, popularly known as Okada, others adopt measures which may be illegal. One of such means is the use of sirens to breeze through traffic. Though some road users feel cheated by these siren-using vehicles, especially when they are not ambulances, others think it is the right of so-called big men to use sirens to beat the usual rush hour gridlock. For many, just anybody using the siren constitutes a nuisance, as they say it disturbs their peace.
It's quite irritating because then you're also in a hurry going somewhere, and then there's an empty ambulance or not going anywhere, and then they just keep, and then you have to park, and then there are other cars that are also following them. So before your car would have to join the queue, you'd have to now join another long queue.
Why do they work with those things in front of them, the sirens? It doesn't make any sense to me.
It's very annoying. I feel like I'm a nobody. When we are all supposed to, we are all living in a country, and then you are in a traffic and you are sweating, you are in a hurry, everybody is in a hurry. So then why do you turn on your siren and then pass just like that?
Tooting of sirens by vehicles permitted by law and those without authorization is seen as disturbing the peace of road users and pedestrians alike. This has become a common feature on our roads, especially during rush hour. Generally, the siren is used to respond to emergencies. It is the standard rule to disregard the traffic laws while attending to emergencies as a necessity. The Road Traffic Act 2004, Act 6A3, is clear on what caliber of vehicles or persons can use sirens and for what purpose. But many of the vehicles who use their sirens to beat traffic fall outside the permitted category. The Motor Traffic and Transport Directorate is the department of the Ghana Police Service which ensures sanity and order on our roads. Its head for Accra Central, ACP Ofosuaka, provides some insight.
The purpose of siren is not necessary to beat traffic because it is used for emergency purpose. So if you are not on any emergency errand, you cannot use a siren because the law has mandated certain category of vehicles that can use a siren. And according to the road traffic regulation, we have the category of cars that are supposed to use the siren. And we have the cars that is from government, like the presidency, because the head of state moves according to time. So wherever he's moving, you need to get the siren. Then we have the police vehicle. Normally we run on emergencies. So whilst on emergency, you can use a siren. The other vehicle, like the ambulance for the hospitals and others, you know the functions and duties. Today they have the siren. Then we have a motor vehicle used by government security agencies like fire service, the military. They are all emergency services. Then a balloon van that carries money from the banks or from customers to the bank. So aside that, no other car can use a siren.
The activities of these individuals do not seem to go down well with other road users as they find the blasting sound very unpleasant.
Government car, sometimes we walk out in a cement. I was a cabia so as a over terminate school in a room. Yenans will be up and Timby. Timus and the moi.
Bias are high. I say, you want Penufudo present to Chim. Libya, another more by there. Oh, and able to yam or one who sent Penufuno with Chim. But Bibia, nominal, I say, will blow one as a disturbance to Penuka bar. You never say Penino, but until you know. You did Penufu time into the one of Penufu down to cry and on way. Yes, sir. That's it.
Last time, will be the car bomb to I was so can't cancel. No grand PB car. I am National City for car. What about Mr. Puno? Me who has already a book on it. And I'm see from Jack and some other from Nebra. Or see as if it any or track.
From observation, government appointees, members of parliament, senior officers of the various ministries, municipal, metropolitan and district assemblies, and even some commercial vehicles are regular offenders of this law.
I focus on the MPs. Yes, because when you see a motor rider going out with an MP, you can't just imagine what is it. Are we not the ones who vote for them? Why don't we make noise on the streets? So you realize if they are doing it and the other ones are doing, who are you going to stop?
Well, for me, I would say that it's the government officials. Yes, they make the most noise.
Well, it's government officials, it's the government officials. They abuse it the most.
But the law is clear on offenders, and those who engage in it do so at their own risk.
First and foremost, it's against the laws of this country. Occasionally, when you are involved in an accident, how are you going to defend yourself that you were using to beat traffic? Because you can use your own car to beat traffic. There are other road users, pedestrians, kids crossing the road to school. If you run into any of them, you have killed or maimed a person. So it's not allowed. We are on them, we are enforcing it. Even this morning, we went for an exercise on the Jimpa. You know, there are certain areas which are notoriously known for this abuse of the siren. Jimpa, Airport, then Sprinters and East Legon. So we are on them. When you get to, we don't arrest you as a member of parliament. We arrest the driver who is abusing the law.
In the midst of these are the hearse drivers who are heard bleating their horns and sirens when they are off to deposit bodies at the morgue or on their way to the cemetery during funerals.
I lived in Kolegono, around those areas, and I kind of witnessed it a lot. I think it's a very bad behavior. I think government should do something about it because the person is already dead. Why make noise and create unnecessary traffic on the way?
I think last 2 weeks there was a siren blaring, and then there was a lady driving by my side, and out of shock she nearly entered into a ditch because of the sound of the siren.
Even though a cross-section of the public find this very wrong, the police believes this has become the accepted norm by all. But does that justify this illegality, as the law is clear on the kinds of vehicles and the situation under which siren use is allowed?
That become part of our convention. That when we hear this, there's maybe going to the cemetery, you hear most cars blowing their horns. When they say the siren, other cars blowing the corpse or those ahead of the corpse will be blowing the siren. But that is not part of what we are discussing because it doesn't happen every day. Maybe weekends, maybe Friday or Saturday, people are going to the cemetery. And they will do it solemnly. They will not be like the sirens.
With the growing concern about the abuse of sirens and horns, many have either come to terms with the situation or are not sure which quarters to direct their concerns or lodge their complaints.
One come in. And I dim la no soup. Ni was a amamuli you been pepe. Ba binu boko ni binu ibi okra aye penny bia na waso abian motiz ni man na oko.
It's also a bad practice, but what can you do? They are doing it and the authorities are also there watching.
The Ghana Police Service emphasizes its doors are open to anyone who has information that can help in apprehending offenders of the law, as they are bent on reducing the practice to the barest minimum, if not eliminate it entirely.
They can come to us. Last some media has come to us. Said they can also give us some of the car numbers. You see, Ghana, everybody will come and talk. When we need evidence to prove our cases. When you ask somebody that you saw about 3-4 cars using the siren, can you assist the police? Say they were speedy, couldn't get their numbers. So how do you pursue them? So if you get anything, let us know. You can just call to the nearest police station, give the car number, or you can call me. You can forward it to all the stations. You arrest and serve them with criminal summons to appear before court.
So if you're stuck in traffic like the cars you see behind me, and you're planning to resort to your horn or possibly a siren just to get ahead, please note that you are not only being a public nuisance and causing noise pollution, but you are actually breaking the law. And the police says it is also bent on clamping down on such activities. Reporting for City News, my name is Michael Ogbodu.